Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. A lot on the line in this one as well. Falcons in control right now in the NFC South, have to beat Washington and Carolina over the next couple weeks to lock up the NFC South. The Commanders favored by 4.5 here. They're 10-5, going up against the 8-7 Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, so obviously we get week 2 of Michael Penix Jr. at quarterback. A surprising number of people last week were the immediate replies of, well, it was against the Giants, right? Yeah, Michael Penix Jr. was quite impressive as a debut. It's like, yeah, against the Giants, like it doesn't count. I mean, yeah, okay, it's definitely a relevant data point. Like the Giants are not good. Their defense is not good. They're not, however, it's not like the Panthers early in the season where they're so bad you literally have to caveat that this data point actually is skewed. It doesn't really count.
Every other quarterback was having their best game against the Panthers for 8 weeks, so you had to...
It's not like a false data point. It's real. It's just that the Giants are not the stiffest competition out there. Like, so, okay, Washington is a step up from that. They don't have the best defense in the world either, but it's better than the Giants. So, do we get another performance like that from Michael Penix Jr. against a better defense? Will he look as composed, as impressive, as capable of leading this team as he did a week ago, now that he now has to play a quote-unquote real defense?
Yeah, and so, as I mentioned earlier, like I said, the Falcons have to win out. Not necessarily. I mean, if the Bucs lose, they're playing at 1 o'clock. We'll talk about them in a minute here. If they lose to the Panthers this week, this game is for the NFC South for the Falcons. A win, win and they're in. They can win either of the final 2 games. So there's a lot on the line here. And yeah, you're right, man. I want to see week 2 of Michael Penix Jr. I'll just say this: I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised by that. I was impressed by that week 1 performance. Giants or not, knowing how much Atlanta loved Michael Penix, knowing that they made this move, right? So when you're making this move, and again, it's not like Kirk Cousins was an absolute disaster. It was bad. Touchdown interception ratio was horrible. I get it. Not an absolute can't possibly win with him disaster. But it was bad enough that they're doing the A/B analysis at practice saying, well, Michael Penix Jr. is going to give us a better shot. So knowing that, not that every team's going to always make the best QB decision, but knowing that, I wasn't surprised, right, that he came out looking pretty good. This will be a better test against Washington. They've been getting after it. They got their linebackers with Luvu and Wagner, and they could screw you up a little bit with the blitz and the way they're, mix and match up front. So it'll be a bigger challenge. But not surprised by what Michael Penix Jr. does. Say the same thing I said about Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh. Raises the ceiling of the offense for Atlanta. And doesn't mean the floor might be lower, but that's just theoretical. Cousins' floor was pretty bad. We saw that in the Chargers game with the 4 picks, 2 disastrous ones. So I'm expecting another decent game from the rookie. And the other rookie on the other side, Jayden Daniels, we had a very, not shouty show analysis on him. Impressive bounce back. He also threw a potential game-ending interception against Philadelphia. Yeah. But I don't really care, man. That dude's a playmaker, unbelievable scrambler, mostly accurate and good decision-maker. Had a couple bad plays in there that he'd want back against Philadelphia. But that dude can flip the field. Jayden Daniels, create some big plays. This is going to be a fun game. Playoff-type atmosphere, I think, in Washington from 2 potential playoff teams.
Yeah, it feels like if Atlanta wants to win this game, either they need a spectacular performance from Michael Penix that can go toe-to-toe with Jayden Daniels, or they need the playmakers on that defense, guys like Jesse Bates, to manufacture a couple of turnovers. Like if they're able to generate a couple of steals of possessions the way the Eagles were last week, I think that they could definitely win the game that way. Other than that, I mean, Jayden Daniels has been so impressive. He's able to, other than that drive where he tried to throw it away, but like the 4th and 11 play, the drive after that where he did execute the game-winning drive, he's been generally extremely poised and, able to take advantage of those high-leverage single play, gotta-have-it situations at an extremely high level, which again, let's remember, he's still a rookie. This is towards the end of his rookie season, incredibly high level stuff by him. So if the Falcons want to win this, I think they need to either create some turnovers or have their own rookie play at a similar kind of level, which is obviously an extremely high bar.
Both teams pretty much rooting against Tampa Bay. Washington gets in with a win or a Tampa Bay loss. So if Tampa Bay loses, that's such a huge game against Carolina in the 1 o'clock window. Because this game's Sunday night. In the 1 o'clock window, if Tampa Bay loses, Falcons clinch the division with a win, and Washington will already have clinched a playoff berth because they're in this world where they're kind of competing for a wild card spot with these Falcons and also the Bucs. It's essentially the loser of the NFC South race here.
Yeah, Washington are like the Chargers, Broncos in the AFC. They're kind of already in, but obviously, like theoretically, they could lose their wild card spot if they lose out and one of the 8 and 7 teams wins out. It's just that's pretty unlikely. So as far as this game goes, I think it's two teams. I don't really trust either defense. I know, again, Washington's played a little better in the second half, and they've Luvu and Wagner can have those big time games as do it all type of players. But man, I don't trust either defense to rush the passer consistently. Marshawn Lattimore maybe changes Washington's defense a little bit. He's got the hamstring injury. We'll see what happens with him. But I think we might have shootout potential here. And that's another test for – I think Jayden Daniels can hang in a shootout. I've seen him lead this incredible offense all season. I don't know if Michael Penix Jr. can yet. We haven't seen it. But I think that's what we're looking at here. Both teams, I think, have to be aggressive and put points on the board early on. Yep. I'm going to go with Washington to cover.
Washington to cover?
Mm-hmm.
4.5? Give me the Falcons.
All right.
I'm going Atlanta here. And maybe to win the NFC South. We'll see what happens at the 1 o'clock game, Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Bucs. Oh, what's Harry doing in this one? That's what I had to find. Where's Harry? Because people care more. He's going Washington as well.
Well, his picks are more accurate than yours. That's why people are interested.
I am aware.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of our video.
For more great content, click here to subscribe and here to watch another video. We'll see you again soon.